They need to be put the fuck behind bars today. And another concerning thing, he claims he babysits children as young as 3. I don't know who this 3-year-old is. This shit's getting fucking dark, and he's claiming he has a 14-year-old runaway. Now he's claiming he's babysitting a 3-year-old. Something's very wrong here. Whether this is all true or not, I'm thinking that this individual is gonna have child pornography on his phone, on whatever other electronics he has in his house. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead, and we're about 7 minutes from his house. We're gonna go ahead, head to his house, call the police when we get there, and go from there. Let them know everything. They might even know about him. He might already be arrested. I don't know, but this is absolutely sick. I mean, the things that he say, you know, he's sending her pornography. I can't even show you guys that because it's legit porn. I mean, you know, pictures of the decoy, like, this is a young looking child. I mean, he says, I imagine you licking my cock with it, because she sent a picture with her tongue out. That's what the fuck he has to say. Oh my god, okay. He says shit like, nice, I will suck your pedals till you scream. Why would I scream? Will it hurt? She says. He says, no, honey, it will feel so good to you, it will make you scream for more. Take your fingers and rub between your legs a couple minutes now. See how good makes you feel. I mean, this is just a tip.
This guy. Ew. This guy's ridiculous, man. I don't even watch videos like this. Usually I just watch the drunk cop, you know, the drunk guy get pulled over by the cop. But I saw this in the feed, and I was like, you know, this is somebody different. I haven't seen this lady do these before. So I figured I would just kind of, I don't know, she kind of needs to move on. I really don't want to hear what, I want to see the confrontation. I really don't want to see what, hold on, let's see if we can fast forward a little bit.
And that's the place. Now, this may or may not be his address, but we got to do our due diligence and possibly save a real child from this monster. Like I said, everything's already been turned in to the police, and now we're here at his doorstep. So yeah, we're gonna head there. We're about 7 minutes away, and we're gonna check in with you guys there. All right, so last thing before we leave, I want to show you guys is his real Facebook profile. Like I said, you know, we did the research and found his real profile. His profile pictures, I support the Confederate flag. Okay, whatever, right? But he's photoshopping a gun in his picture. I don't know. If he has a child at his house, I mean, he could shoot his way out to get away. I mean, if this is a real child molester, child abductor, I'm not taking that chance.
I think that people who are really extreme like this man that she's talking about, I feel like they are attracted to all kinds of eccentricities, all kinds of stuff. I don't think that there's any correlation between people who support that kind of stuff, and I think that it's just people like this guy are attracted to eccentric things.
chance. So we're calling the cops beforehand and getting them. So alright, so you guys missed it, but we just got a call from the sheriff's office and they said that they are going to meet us at this intersection. Yeah, I mean, it's all in here, the decoy details, all the Facebook chats, the photos and videos in a folder, and the Facebook profile link in a folder.
And he gave you this address as far as essentially to the decoy to...
That's the email he sent, because this was originally from his profile called Will Bill, and then he sent that, and then she's like, so that's, who's that, as not your name? And then so he admits that his real name is that. And the address he sent to me, that's his. Yeah.
And then that's the case number as far as for the case with what we're going to take and document as far as what you've built and sent to this other deputy here with all those screenshots and everything.
Okay.
We're going to see if we can locate where he's at to try to see if anybody is there.
And everything you have, you furnished to us, right?
Yeah,
you sent that all to Jason?
Yeah, so
okay,
I sent the whole Google Drive that has everything in it, every screenshot. I sent him the decoy's information so he can contact her about anything. He has my number, so yeah, anything you guys need.
Okay.
I want to stop this just for a second and point out that there was a whole house at this false address that these cops were just able to go inside of. And he lives close enough to where the same police can go to his house and address this matter. That means that wow. This is like a planned kidnapping. Like, definitely. Man, this is crazy stuff. All right.
Charles, how are you? All right, Deputy Whistle, I don't know if you remember me. Do you got a minute? Okay. You got some shoes, man, or anything? Okay. All right. Do you have any reason why I'm here? Nothing at all? Okay.
Last name of it had on Northside Circle.
There's been some accusations made. Are you aware of any accusations made against you?
About what?
Good.
Huh?
Hang on one second. trying to do two things at once. Okay. Tenfold. Alright, just gonna go ahead and read them. Alright, Mr. Charles, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer, have him present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you for any questioning if you wish. You may stop the questioning any time by refusing any further questions by consulting with a lawyer. Do you understand? With those rights in mind, you wish to speak with me? Yeah. Okay. But there's been some accusations that you've been trying to talk to a 13-year-old?
Yeah, that's taken care of.
What do you mean? Who is she?
Huh?
Who is she? From England? Okay. Now, when you say that you found out, how did you find out she was 13?
Back door real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
When's the last time you had spoke to her?
I guess like 5-6 days ago, I guess.
Okay. So she wound up telling you she was 13? Okay.
What were y'all's conversations like? What were y'all talking about? Were y'all just talking about meeting up? Did
She
y'all have
was
plans
wanting
to
to
meet
come
up?
to Florida. I don't know how she actually ended up in this area here from England. I don't know that, but yeah, that's what she was going to meet up, and she was leaving her, running away from her family and all. And
How long? Okay, so how long did you actually talk to this individual?
I don't know, probably for a couple of weeks.
A couple weeks. At any point in time, did y'all exchange pictures or anything? Maybe. Like what kind of pictures? Sexual pictures? You sent her pictures, or she sent you pictures, or vice versa? So she sent you sexual pictures, and then you sent her pictures of your genitals and stuff? Who else is in the residence?
Got my sister and her daughter somewhere.
Okay. What's their names?
Jennifer Cassidy is my sister's name.
Okay.
And Trinity Cassidy is her
Katrina?
Trinity.
Trinity. Okay. Alright.
I guess what was the intentions for y'all's conversation, talking, meeting up? Like, what was the whole intent there? What were you trying to just? What was it?
She was coming to Florida and wanted to run away from her home. And I understood that she was from England or somewhere. I mean, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, but y'all discussed like sexual acts, things like that.
When did you block her?
Not sure of our last conversation, but I would say 3 or 4 days ago. Last week. Or
I don't understand
last week,
them
I
not
guess.
And did you have
talk about it. We just heard everything.
an arrangement to meet her at an old address of yours?
And an old address?
6540 Hunter
She
Street?
wanted to pick her up at McDonald's or somewhere.
Yeah, right there at Avalon and I-10?
Don't have one somewhere.
Okay. What about sending her your...
I'm gonna be-
What about your old address off Hunter Street? Did you send her a screenshot of that? Tell her that's where you lived?
In the beginning, I think I did, yes, sir.
Okay. And by the pictures that she sent you, you did not realize that she was underage? But you did send her pictures of your genitals and stuff like that, correct?
I mean, you can't lie.
Hang out with Sergeant Land for a second. I'm going to talk to Lieutenant Earlman behind me, and I'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you looking at obviously the pictures that she had sent.
And they told me how they sent them.
It's very obvious she's underage.
Because they told me how they made them and everything else like that using a artificial intelligence app. And it legit looks like she's underage.
They said that they used an artificial intelligence app to achieve the look and the sound of the... Now that's scary. I just had to put that in there.
So,
in my book, we're good. 10-15 straight arrest. I mean, there's enough there, in my opinion. He's not denying that he didn't send any nude pictures to her.
so charges-wise, enticing a child over the internet.
Yeah. We'll go.
Exploitation or sending the pictures.
Yeah,
because I guarantee you, if I have to go through that whole entire thing tonight, she probably told him that he knows she was 13.
This is the problem, and I would ask him about this. He did, and you read it off when we were looking at it. He did in there at some point say that I could be arrested, so
Yes.
he knows.
Yes. And that conversation goes back for days and days and days before he admitted that he blocked her.
I would just let him know. Say, listen, you clearly knew that you could be arrested for engaging in conversation with me and talking about what you're talking about, meeting up, potentially all that stuff. So he's kind of trying to play like, oh, I didn't know.
Okay, so we're good on the 10-15 then.
Yeah, I would question him about that. Obviously, him saying
They're getting arrested.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he obviously.
Okay. 14, we transferred that subject to...
Hey, hang out with him for just 1 minute? I'm going to talk about
Just for your 14, we transferred
LT.
that subject to ECC for the
Hey,
third department.
he's obviously
They
saying
want
he
to
didn't know
know
how
if
old she was,
we're
whatever.
on PC51
Clearly the
as
pictures,
well. We advised them.
she's underage.
1034.
I told him I'm good with straight 10-15 on him. He clearly said in that message feed that he could be arrested for this, so he obviously knows.
Well, it's going to entail other things such as the seizure of his computer and cell phone and all that. I would call major crimes.
Okay.
So we don't mess anything up.
Okay.
Because we're going to have to get his computer and his cell phone and all of it.
Just see if they want to maybe interview him or something.
Yeah, I would call them, tell them what we got. We're comfortable going a certain way, but we don't want to foul anything up because we're not ICAC people and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
But the computer, his phone, it all has to be seized. Obviously, it has to be seized because that's what he's used to correspond.
Sure.
So on that, we got to get, the warrant for that. We got to get the warrant for a check on it. There's a lot to it because it's on over the internet.
Right.
So I would definitely call them and let them know.
Okay. I'll give them a call now.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
So, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, bud. During the conversation, you even admitted that you would probably get arrested, correct? Okay. I wonder if I told you the conversation kept going after that. And who lives here with you? You said your sister and her daughter? How long have you lived here?
Next month, be 2 years.
I'm about to say it's been about 2 years since I got you at Winn-Dixie Temple.
You arrested in Winn-Dixie in the Buick?
Yeah. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that's not right.
So,
Well, I think it was like October.
and your license still ain't
I
good,
think
is
this
it?
guy's done.
I don't know.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
Don't even know.
That's just my biggest thing is you even said in the chats. What if I was to tell you that you were talking to a decoy the whole entire time? Would that surprise you?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things.
After,
There's a lot of things wrong. That's the problem.
After it was,
Conversation continued after she told you she was 13. All right, turn around, put your hands behind your back. All right, but at this point in time, you are being placed under arrest, okay? You will be transported to the Center Rose County Jail, where you will get all your charges and you will have a bond tonight, okay? All right, let's walk back here to my vehicle and get out of the rain.
I can stand by with him?
Yeah, I'll pull the truck up, yeah. Yeah. 137, 1015 on Charles.
Got something else here queued up in a second. Gotta pull it up. Another pretty good one. Mm-hmm. I'm just pulling random videos. I don't have it all planned out, so. All right. Oops. Just give me a second. This is going to be a good one, so.
Touching things, reaching over and touching him and showing him pornographic material on his phone and asking him to sit beside him. And then he said, I try to scoot away and he reaches over and grabs me and slides me back over right beside him when we're sitting outside at PE. And he said, I've been afraid to come tell you because I didn't want Grandma to pull me out of school. He said, I love going to school here, so I didn't want to tell Grandma. So I told him, I said, you need to be upfront with us completely because no one should touch you inappropriately ever. I said, I'm telling you that as a father. No one should touch you inappropriately. You can tell Grandma. You know, whatever has happened. I said, so we're going to have to take this forward. I explained to him, I said, you're going to have to speak to a sheriff deputy, and you're going to need to tell them, don't hold back. Tell them, if there's things you're embarrassed about, tell them. You tell them everything that you can remember has been going on. Tell them if anybody's seen it. Tell them, any of your fellow students happen to witness it. Tell them everything. You lay it all out there. Said, you're not the one to draw. I want you to tell the truth. So, when she wasn't, I told her I would call the sheriff's deputies down here and let them go ahead and do it because his dad's real unstable. If his dad, as soon as his dad finds out, something bad's gonna happen to that teacher. I'll tell you that straight up.
Is that teacher here right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you want to speak with them? Now, when you're done with them, you want me to pull him out, right?
Yeah, well, I'll let you know, but we're good for now. I'll talk to the student first.
Yeah, this is happening. I want him out of here. There you go. ASAP.
For sure. Yeah. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call my supervisors and everything. If things like this, they would like to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have an office. So
Thank you,
let me know.
Thank you. Hello. How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right, my name is Deputy Tran, and I'm here to talk to you guys. Okay. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is.
Okay.
I'm his mom. Even though I'm 81 years old, I adopted him. He came to live with me when he was 3 days old.
What's your name, young man?
Very scared.
You are Noah's legal guardian.
I am his adopted mother.
Okay.
He's my grandson, but I'm his adopted mother.
How do you do at school? Good. Like you get
3 days.
straight A's. All right. I'm here because I heard some incident happened at school that you were involved in. Can you walk me through? Can you tell me exactly what happened?
So a high school teacher, he used to be like a buddy to me. Like he would always call me over. We would always have fun and all that. Yeah. From last year he was doing that, but this year he has completely changed. He's like weird. It makes me feel weird too. So like he pulls me over, like he calls me over to his place, like the high school area, and he shows me
what place?
The high school area
Uh-huh.
where he works at. He's teaching.
What school is it?
Like
this one?
And he's like, here, let me show you something, and he shows me these and his hidden photos, these videos of him doing things with his, I don't know who it is, like girl, and it's disgusting. It makes me annoyed, like just ugh. And then every once in a while he will touch, not like actually put my hand in his pants, but he'll just touch it on purpose, like not in a friendly way, in an appropriate way. And then sometimes he would tell me to sit next to him. I would do that because I didn't know and then he was like, I would try to go further away from him, and he'll pull me in, and then he'll keep touching me inappropriately, basically.
Okay.
And yesterday, he asked me, can I see it? Like he was asking me, can you see it? You know what I mean? He was just being really weird.
Was he doing anything with his hands when he was doing that?
But and then he touched it. Let's see.
He touched what? Okay.
He wasn't like this last year. It's like he was trying to draw me in to get closer to him. Right?
Okay. Okay. All right. So when he showed you the thing in his phone, was it a video or was it pictures?
Video. It's like hidden things, like hidden photos or whatever. It's not really photos. It was videos.
It was a video. Okay. Off himself.
I said on his phone. Off his phone.
So you could recognize him as the person in the video.
Yeah, well, he didn't show me that part, but then he would show me pictures of his, you know what.
What did you see in the video?
He also has a video of him in the mirror, taking a video of his whole body and his face, so you could see it. and then that hanging out, and it's just
So he was naked?
yeah.
So he showed you a video of himself standing in front of the mirror naked?
And then him doing stuff with the girl too.
Okay. Do you know what a penis is?
Yes, of course I know.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just real quick? Can you just point out the location of your? Okay. So he showed you a photo of himself standing in front of the mirror, and he was wearing.
And he's like, well, he probably was wearing. I think he was wearing like pants or something, but he would pull it and you see.
So he was wearing pants, and
Yeah.
he pulled it down. And did you see his penis from the photo?
Yeah.
Okay. When did he show you that?
More than once, I was just too scared to say anything. I didn't want to get pulled out of the school. I want to.
You're not. You're doing the right.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
I told him.
so it was just that basically. But, yeah. And then I don't want it to.
When did he
get
show?
worse. Yesterday.
Yesterday.
But he did it more than once, so like in different days.
Okay, so the most recent one was yesterday.
The latest incident was yesterday.
Yeah, that was the latest one.
You remember what time?
No, I didn't.
Or during
It was
what
during-
period?
At the end of the day, where you have to leave.
Okay.
I can't find his social security card.
It's alright. It's alright, Mom. So yesterday toward the end of school.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you in his class or?
No, it was like right.
What does he teach?
I don't know because that's high school.
What a
That's
weird individual
And
this
just,
teacher is.
High school teachers over there. He's one of them. Stuff like that.
So okay.
But he was calling him over to his area.
So yesterday, how did you meet with him?
Well, I didn't meet with him. This is not his first time.
Okay.
I met him actually last year, it was like 2 years ago.
No. Yesterday, how?
He's
Oh,
talking about how this all occurred yesterday. How did it start?
Oh, he just called me over there and said, "Let me show you something." And since I'm uncomfortable, I just try to bring my friends. And he said, "No, just you," because he wanted just to be me and him. You know what I mean?
Okay. So he just called for you like that, or did he call you on the phone?
Just calls me over.
Okay.
Because it's recess time. He's just,
You said during recess? What time was it?
At the end of the day, we have this little recess place until we go home.
About the last half hour of the day.
Okay. What time does?
They get out at 2:30, so I would say probably between 2 and 2:30.
Okay. So he showed you the picture in the phone. Did he say anything else to you?
He told me, by the way, that it was a hidden video.
Okay. Well, let me try to talk to him, and then okay. So, did he say anything else to you when he showed you the picture?
Not really. He just kept showing me. I looked at it and slipped away because I didn't like it. I don't know the guys.
And then did he say anything after that?
Not that I remember, no. But
Okay.
besides the part, can I look? No, besides that. But he asked me, "Can I look at you?"
What exactly did he say?
That basically. I don't remember the other parts of what he said. To be honest, besides that,
He said, "Can I look at your what?"
like,
He said, "Can I look at your penis?"
like,
Okay.
he's like, "Let me see it." Basically.
And then after that, did you just walk away, or did you say anything to him?
I didn't say anything. I just walked away.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
So when he said, "Let me see yours," did he point at it, or did he?
He pointed at it. Yeah. He just like, "Let me see it."
Okay. Did he show you anything else yesterday?
Besides him fingering his girl, whoever that was.
When was that?
Also, the same time. The same exact pretty much time.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
And other times before that, which when I was scared to say anything about it.
Okay, let's talk about the time yesterday first, okay? So, did he show you the picture of himself first, or did he show you the picture of him and his girlfriend first?
Him and his girlfriend. And then he showed me his.
Was it the picture or was it the video?
Video. The pic. I don't remember if the picture was like when it was.
No. The him and his girlfriend was it?
Video.
It was a video.
It was two types of videos. Him sticking it in and.
Like were you able to recognize the person in the video was him?
Mm-mm.
So how do you know it was him?
No, it was him. He told me himself. It was him.
Okay.
And plus was in his hidden photos.
Okay. So in the video, there was him and a female, a woman, a girl.
He didn't tell me exactly who that was though. So if you want.
So how do you know it was his girlfriend?
Yeah, he just told me it was one time. It was not yesterday. He told me this was me and this girl who apparently sends him it, and that's not sending him anything.
Okay.
I don't know. But.
All right. So in the video that he showed you yesterday, what exactly was in the video?
Like just him sticking it in his girl and fingering his.
Okay.
And I didn't.
Do you know what a vagina is?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So male has penises and females have vaginas.
Mm.
Do you know what sex is?
Yes.
What is?
Very much. I don't know. Talking about it. I think it's.
So we have to be able to we have to be technical about this. Like we don't just assume. We just want to know. We want to make sure that you know what you want to tell us. Okay. So you said you know what having sex is.
Yeah.
You know what a penis is and what a vagina is.
Yeah.
So what would happen when two people have sex?
I guess.
Okay, so when you said he was sticking it in her vagina, what was it? What was he sticking into her vagina?
His penis.
His penis?
But that was another day. But
yesterday, you said he was fingering her. Like means he put his finger in her vagina.
I guess so. Yeah.
And he showed that video to you.
I think this cop, I mean, I get it that he has to word it all like that, but
Alright, so
I don't know. Being kind
you were
of
mentioning another day he showed you another video, correct?
Yeah, it was. It's not his first time showing me. I don't know if that's the same video or not, but it's another video he showed me.
Do you remember when?
No, not really. It was sometime before spring break, but.
Let's see if we can.
But and not all the other times, of course. But
was it last month? Was it in? So it's March. Was it? You need a drink or anything?
Okay. Is there anything out here outside the building?
Okay, wow, that is absolutely crazy, man. That is nuts. That is just, oh, what an insane person. Oh. I don't know about people, man. I got a different kind of video. And not so gross. One's a little different.
Starting with the case of Joshua Lloyd. In July of 2022, Joshua Lloyd was geocaching in Phoenix, Arizona. For those unfamiliar, geocaching is a recreational activity where participants hide and seek containers called caches using clues and coordinates as guides. While Joshua was looking for one of these caches on the side of a public road, it became clear that someone wasn't pleased with his actions.
We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you later. Oh, hold on. We got the cops.
Good morning.
Morning, can I help you?
I don't know, can we help you? Do you live here?
This is public, correct?
I'm not sure on that. It could be private property.
Could be, but if there was, I do believe there would be a sign posted somewhere, right?
Not necessarily. Somebody called on you.
That's nice.
It seems the officer is having a tough day right from the start. He chooses to instigate a confrontation, seemingly without provocation. While the officer is technically right about not needing permission to inspect the car, Joshua was merely being polite. However, the officer's repeated attempts at escalation appear unnecessary.
Is that your car?
That is my car.
Okay. Well, if it is public...
Just me, but if you want to go check, go ahead, go check.
Can I get your permission to do anything else?
No.
Do I need your permission?
No,
do I
because...
need your permission to check the car?
You would need my permission to go inside the car.
No, but you just said if you want to go check if there's someone else in the car. Do I
yeah, go check and you can go look in and see if...
Go ahead. Do I need you to tell me to go ahead to do it, or can I do it on my own?
Well, I mean, you could do it on your own. You can do a plain view search.
Okay, good.
To go inside the car, you need permission.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean, not necessarily?
His initial outburst comes across as stemming from some underlying insecurity, and this trend only becomes more evident as the video continues. The officer appears to be amplifying every minor detail, making it more significant than necessary. While at first glance, a car registered under a different name alongside someone who seemed to be intently staring at a wall for half an hour might raise eyebrows, it's clear that Joshua has a valid explanation. If the police took a moment, they'd probably understand. Instead of seeking clarity from Joshua, who's willingly offering an explanation, the officer impulsively chooses to tow the car and contact its registered owner.
Joshua, huh? Joshua.
You're not towing my car.
We may have to tow it. It's not registered to him. It's registered to a female. It's a van. It's left on the roadway running. I'm not going to leave it here.
Oh,
just running. So let's get a hold of
really
boss, and we'll find out if we're safekeeping. Otherwise, somebody's going to make off with this thing.
Yeah. Are you serious? Not even going to question me on who it's registered to?
The smirk on the other officer's face speaks volumes. It's clear he recognizes his partner's behavior as not only excessive, but also... But protocol stops him from openly criticizing his colleague.
He's gonna tow my car. You're gonna let him act like that? For real? You're gonna let him act like that? He comes out all hard-ass. Why? What's the point?
The demeanor of the second officer once his partner departs is reminiscent of a partner who's brought a child to work, advising Josh to humor the child's antics.
You've been allowed to use the car?
I live with her, yes, and I'm allowed to use the car.
All right, well, we're going to do some research, find out whose property that is. Got your name, your information. If it turns out that it is private property, then I'll author a report for trespassing.
The first officer then mentions to Josh about taking a leave to ascertain the status of the property, probing whether it's private or not. However, from a legal perspective, there are several layers to consider. First, even if it were to be private property, convicting Josh of trespassing would be a challenging endeavor. The footage clearly indicates that the patch of land Josh was on is adjacent to a public sidewalk. Crucially, there's an absence of any signage or markers denoting that the grassy area here is private property. Legally, for a trespassing charge to hold weight, there needs to be a clear indication that the individual knowingly entered an area they were prohibited from. Given the lack of visible demarcation or signage, it would be arduous to argue that Josh was aware of trespassing. Essentially, one of the foundational elements of trespassing in many jurisdictions is intent. Without signage, it becomes almost impossible to prove that Josh had the intent of knowingly trespassing, which is critical for such a charge. Before the officers leave the scene, however, Josh prepares to make one final point.
Can I have your name and badge number? Your card?
8632.
Your card, please. I have a bad memory. Can I have your card, sir?
We don't have cards.
Okay. Can I have your name and badge number, please?
8882. Josh, but I could do some further research before you go on a property.
You know, hold on. Before you go and give me the lecture, how about this? Before you come up all hard ass on somebody, how about before you come up all hard ass on somebody, you ask them what they're doing?
Now, if a regular citizen can own the cops like this, imagine what a lawyer can do.
I'm a lawyer. I know my rights. That's fine. Just give me back my ID. Thank you.
Westerville civil rights attorney Emmanuel Olawale found himself in an unusual situation when he was pulled over by the police right on his own property. Olawale was throwing trash in a dumpster when officers approached him. Their initial concern was that he might be trespassing, even though he was on his own land.
Here's my business card. Need my ID?
Huh?
Show you my ID.
If you don't mind, just so, yeah, if you don't mind, can we see your ID?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That is pretty cool. That's a slick business card.
Yep.
All right. I'll give it to him.
The man was simply going about his business when the police approached him and asked for an ID. Up to that point,
I just want to point out the fact that that business card is probably like $5. Just, it comes in its own little plastic sleeve.
everything seemed to be standard. However, when one of the officers started noting down details from his ID, that's when concerns begin to arise. Immediately tapping into his legal expertise, Emmanuel informs the police that they lack a valid reason to run his ID and document its details.
You can keep doing what you're doing. We're just, again, we're kind of concerned. Yeah, seeing somebody dump a bunch of stuff there. So, okay.
Just don't run it. Don't run my card. Don't run my ID.
Huh?
Don't run my ID.
Don't run your ID?
You have no reason to.
Tensions rise when the officers start saying that Emmanuel is trespassing on someone else's property and improperly disposing of his trash there. But Emmanuel repeatedly asserts that he lives on that very property and therefore isn't infringing on anyone else's rights.
Well, we're going to at least mark it down. We're going to take down your information.
Nope. I'm on my property, putting trash in my...
Okay, but this is not just your property. It's several people's property.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm not violating any law.
But when the cops refuse to listen, Emmanuel decides it's time to reveal that he's a lawyer.
Violating any law?
No, don't run my... I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID. I only identified myself so that this won't escalate.
This revelation catches the officers off guard, clearly not something they had anticipated. In an attempt to save face, they retort by claiming they have the authority to record anyone's ID, persisting in their accusation of him engaging in illegal dumping.
That's fine, but we can still mark down who we're out with, and so that's what we're going to do.
No.
Yes.
You didn't stop me. Don't turn this into an issue.
Sir, you are turning this into an issue. We're just simply marking down who we're out with. Yeah. So he's just going to write it down on a piece of paper. It's just your name.
Why?
Because, sir, we are out with you because we were concerned that you were illegally dumping.
As the saying goes, it's tough to outsmart an expert in their own field. Emmanuel was well versed in his rights and didn't hesitate to school the officers. Despite the lawyer's clarity, the officers didn't budge, demanding that he verify that the dumpster belonged to him.
But I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the
It belongs to me.
To you and you alone?
Yes.
Can you prove that that dumpster belongs to you and you alone?
Emmanuel put an end to the dispute by clarifying that he was footing the bill for the dumpsters, as he resided in one of the apartment units. With a firm tone, he instructed the officers to hand back his ID, realizing they were dealing with someone intimately familiar with his rights, and with their leverage diminished, the police had little option but to comply.
So what? It belongs to everybody. We're paying for it. It doesn't really matter if it belongs to all the units.
That's fine.
Just give me back my ID. Thank you.
Next, we have the case of Mark Denclaw, a career criminal who was no stranger to interacting with the police, and he was the president of the Gypsy Joker Motorcycle Club.
It's against my fucking nature to sit here and talk to cops. You got your world, I got mine. In my world, rats are pieces of shit.
Mark is under police questioning because some months ago, they discovered a man named Robert Huggins' body in a field. After a detailed investigation, it was revealed that Robert was a former member of the same club where Mark served as president. Robert had been kicked out from the club for stealing money to finance his heroin habit. Upset by his removal,
This guy is an unbelievable criminal. The guy that he's about to talk about He like, in the interview, he does everything right. There's nothing he could have possibly done differently. There's no way you could be that good at talking to police. It's not even possible. Like, this guy blows my mind, this next dude.
Robert broke into Mark's home, restrained his girlfriend, and took money. Upon discovering this, Mark rounded up some club members and retaliated.
My name's Scott Curtis with the Clark County Sheriff's Office.
All right. What's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin?
Also with Clark County.
What's going on, fellas?
You're with a motorcycle club. You have some affiliation with one, is that right?
I don't have any answers for questions like that.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking is that a few months back, a gentleman named Jeff Sudan, you know him? He threw your name out in conjunction with kind of a repossession of a car, or collection of a car. Does that sound familiar to you?
No. Jeff Sudan almost might. I'm not sure about that. It seems like Sudan rings a bell somewhere, but no collections of a car. No, I don't know.
The police pieced this together when another club member who struggled with drug addiction was jailed for drug possession. He inadvertently revealed too much during a taped phone conversation with his girlfriend.
And you're living with a gal down there, is that right?
No, I kicked her out.
Oh,
she comes and stays. She stays, but she can only stay for 3 days at a time. She's kind of a transient.
Huh, okay.
I took her off the lease, and the people that I rent the house from said she can only stay for 3 days at a time.
Okay, so this last time, how long was she?
So there's my background. That's it on Nicole. What else you want to know?
Okay.
Is Nicole the problem here? I mean, I know that she's had the cops over a few times. Is it about the other night?
It does involve Nicole. Nicole had let me back up a little bit. How long have you been in a relationship?
I'm not going to answer any more questions about Nicole. Okay. I don't have any more answers for you until I find out what you're talking about.
Okay, well,
you guys brought me in. I didn't bring you in. I want to hear what you got to talk about.
Well, I'm trying to get to that, but part of that's going to involve how long you've known Nicole.
Well, if you don't want to tell me what the heck I'm doing here, say so. Because I'm not going to sit here and give you a bunch of my background so you can play whatever kind of game you're playing.
The police informed Mark that the reason he's been detained is because a woman he lives with named Donna allegedly stole a car from him and she's been located. Mark is puzzled by this claim because if it were true, he would be the victim. Why would they detain a victim? Sometimes
the man is not puzzled in any way whatsoever. He knows exactly what is going on. This is calculated. The entire situation is completely planned. He knows that nobody is going to question him because he's already worked out the entire story. He knew exactly what he was going to tell police before he even walked through the door. Not rehearsed, but from experience. It's just absolute experience. There's no other explanation for any of it. He is an expert at doing interrogation, or being the opposite of being interrogated. He is comfortable being in the position of being interrogated. Actually, in my opinion, I think he's happy about being interrogated. Like, it actually, as if he knew he was going to be interrogated the whole entire time, and he was expecting it and just waiting for it. I know from previous, this is about, he murdered somebody who stole from the club. That's what this pertains to.
The police might question a person about unrelated incidents, making them believe they're clear of their primary suspicion. This tactic can make an individual feel at ease, increasing the chances they'll speak freely without seeking legal counsel.
I'm looking for the crime is what I'm looking for. What fucking car are you talking about, man?
I think it was an Acura. Does that sound
okay? Well, what about it?
Okay. She took off in an Acura.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
You're wrong. I'm not going to tell you the story because it's a personal story and there's no crime that I'm going to I'm not going to press charges about anything.
Okay.
And I would be the only, in the story that you're talking about, there's only one person in the world that could press any charges about it, and that'd be me.
The detectives shift their focus, aiming to determine a motive for Robert Huggins' murder. They clarify to Mark that their questioning isn't solely about the car theft, but also the break-in at his house. Mark, however, acts confused about this. Just as he was the victim in the car theft, he was also the victim of the home robbery. So why was he apprehended and brought in for questioning?
Basically, there's a robbery at your house. Why would she be in trouble? Why you're saying you don't want to get her in trouble? Why would she be in trouble for that? That's what I'm missing.
Because okay, all right, man. I wish Nicole was here. I feel like a piece of shit for even talking shit behind her back. Nicole set the whole fucking thing up. That was her and her friend. They fucking zip tied her. They knew the fucking guy was coming. That was a setup. She robbed me. She even brought the stuff that was robbed. She brought a bunch of it back. Man, that's her and her friends. If you want to know the fucking truth, I've been robbed by the girl so many fucking times you couldn't even count it.
Mark is one step ahead, and all this maneuvering with the detectives is a strategic attempt to divert attention from himself and remove any motive linking him to Robert's demise. By blaming the break-in on Nicole and claiming she returned some stolen items, he tries to illustrate he had no reason to go after Robert. This move is clever. It not only introduces a new suspect, Nicole, causing the detectives to potentially reconsider their investigation direction, but also might align with evidence if indeed Nicole returned stolen items. However, the strategy carries significant risks, as we'll see later on. Mark's entire narrative depends on Nicole corroborating his story. If she denies it or presents a different version, Mark's claims could crumble, further implicating it. Additionally, if Nicole confirms Mark's version, she's essentially confessing to a crime, putting her own freedom in jeopardy. This admission might strain their bond, making her an unpredictable ally.
Is Bagger Bob part of that? Part of her junkie friends?
Bagger Bob?
Yeah. That ring a bell?
Fuck, you're talking. Yeah, I know who that is. He's fucking the guy that got killed about a fucking year and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he one of the ones who set this up with Nicole?
Man, you're gonna have to, if you're trying to like tie that into this or something like that, you're gonna have to talk to Nicole about that.
Okay. So was Bagger Bob one of your friends, not hers?
Well, like I said, actually, if now that fucking you're starting to bring his name into it, and he got killed, now I don't think I have any other questions to answer for you. Now I think having a lawyer here might be a good idea.
Mark considers getting a lawyer due to the questions about Robert. Often people keep talking to the police because they're eager to know what evidence is held against them, unaware that a lawyer can obtain this through the discovery process. On top of this, many think they can persuade the police of their innocence by answering questions a certain way. Some also fear that requesting a lawyer might make them seem guilty. However, Mark is too smart and too experienced to let any of this happen.
Let me clarify something with you.
Okay.
Do you want us to keep chatting, or do you want to talk to a lawyer? I need to know that.
Well, if you want to tell me what I'm doing here and what reason, I may try to help you out with that. But if you're going to keep me in the dark, well, then I got nothing else to say either.
I need to know if you want a lawyer now, or if we can keep chatting. This is what
you can keep chatting. I'll keep listening a little longer before I call in a lawyer.
Interrogations can be compared to a game of poker, with both parties attempting to outsmart each other. Detectives might bluff, suggesting they know the full story due to another party's confession. If a suspect falls for this, they might confess in hopes of facing lighter charges. However,
he can't just say, I want a lawyer, because then it'll make the cops want to pursue him. So he's got to play, I just need a lawyer because I don't want to self-incriminate myself type attitude. Like, or not self-incriminate. I don't want to be incriminated for a crime I didn't commit, or I don't want to make you guys feel like I'm, guilty of something. That I think is the whole point.
it's a gamble. If the suspect identifies the bluff, they might recognize the lack of evidence and decide to terminate the interview altogether. This is what Mark tries to do.
So we know what's true and what's not true. Are we going to tell you everything that we know? Of course not.
Okay.
I don't think you would expect that.
Well, what I do expect is for you to tell me where I fit in. What is my crime in these stories that you're talking about? And I'm not really talking to you now. I really don't have any answers for your stories. I'm not going to straighten your stories out for you and stuff.
Mark is on edge, waiting for any indication from the police that he's a suspect so he can call for a lawyer. As he mentioned earlier, he's wary of seeming guilty, so he wants the detectives to provide a clear reason for him to seek legal counsel. The detectives are aware of this tactic, which is why they've been careful to not directly accuse him, and have kept their questions ambiguous to this point.
Well, I'm not. Am I arrested for anything?
You're being detained at this point.
Okay, but I'm not under arrest quite yet.
That's correct.
Okay, then I don't need a lawyer quite yet.
Now, Mark has decided to make a strategic move. In some interrogations, suspects might request a lie detector test as a form of a bluff. This is their way of signaling to the police their self-assuredness, implying that they're not afraid of a machine that could potentially detect their lies.
We don't know who to talk. Here you go. Okay. All right, man. I'm going to help you get unconfused, all right? If you think that I did something wrong, anything, okay, any kind of crime, let me get my lawyer over here, and I will tell my lawyer, you know what, give these guys a lie detector test. Just take the lie detector test. Don't make these cops suspect the wrong people. So if you guys think I did anything wrong, hit me with a lie detector test or something. I've got nothing to fucking hide.
In a last-ditch effort, the detectives ask Mark about his relationship with Robert. They're hoping Mark will say that he did not like him or they did not get along.
Okay, but he never did anything to you.
No.
Okay, you never went eyes on with him again after that when he was out of the club.
He respected me, I think, and he talked very nice to me anytime I ever saw him. I'll tell you that. Me and him never had a bad word.
In the end, Mark, along with several club members,
Awesome. Well, I think I'm gonna get off. Probably gonna make some other videos. Thanks for watching.